Welcome back to SoFlo TV. Again, everybody, it is your host with the most. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and watch the commercials. If that's all you can do, then I appreciate it greatly. Now, it's funny how Jamaica's first two confirmed cases are said to be originated in the UK. Florida in the USA is one of the biggest hotbeds in the USA for this COVID thing. And Florida is only a few miles away from Jamaica. Matter of fact, it is the closest part of the United States of America to Jamaica. Jamaica gladly welcomes them, but they are issuing warnings to their citizens about Jamaica. Now, what are these warnings about? Okay, so I went to the U.S. Embassy in Jamaica at jm.usembassy.gov, which is a government site, and the U.S. Embassy issued this, and it says, this is the warning. Matter of fact, it's an alert, okay? It's listed as an alert, and it says, location, Jamaica, countrywide. This applies to Jamaica countrywide. Event, Jamaica general elections are planned for Thursday, September 3rd, 2020. You should remain vigilant while moving about the country as the election draws near. Political gatherings and rallies could lead to traffic disruptions. Large gatherings and crowds can be unpredictable and present opportunities for criminals as well as the spread of COVID-19. You should also be aware that the colors orange, green, and yellow are politically significant, and they may incite a reaction if you wear it in public. Actions to take: be aware of your surroundings. Avoid large gatherings and crowds. Exercise caution if unexpectedly in the vicinity of large gatherings or protests. Monitor local media for updates and keep a low profile. That is what keep a low profile. That is what they're telling their citizens or U.S. citizens that are traveling to Jamaica. Now, nowhere in that warning did it ever say, stay away from Jamaica. Nowhere in that warning did it ever say, do not travel to Jamaica. It simply said, keep a low profile, stay away from certain crowds, blah, blah, blah. They have a right to warn their citizens or to give them a heads up, an alert of the place that they're going to visit, right? Because if their citizens go there and things happen to them, then they will have even more work to do. Now, as far as the UK is concerned, the Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, according to Jamaica Observer, has said that Jamaica has to respect the UK's decision. And what is the UK's decision? He said that we have to respect the rights of all countries to do what is in the best interest of their population. So one has to accept, if in their judgment, that it is the most reasoned position or position that they justified. In other words, then, he is saying that basically that nation knows what's best for their citizens, and we have to respect that. The same way we would like for Jamaica to be respected if it issues a warning or a alert telling Jamaican citizens, hey, if you're going to the United States or if you're already there, then make sure that if you're visiting places like Chicago and so and so and so, stay away from the South Side, or if you have business in the South Side or you're going there, then be aware that violence is rampant there and people die in numbers there and blah, blah, blah. The U.S. would just have to respect that because it is factual, right? Right. All right, moving right along now. The BBC has estimated that approximately 200,000 British tourists visit Jamaica every year. Now, given this whole pandemic lockdown thing, I almost said scamdemic, and I don't want to say that because I see people dying from this thing, so I don't really believe that it is a scam. However, the BBC has estimated that approximately 200,000 British tourists visit Jamaica every single year. Now, with this whole lockdown thing and barely opening up back and the fear of spreading this disease, etc., etc., this has put a strain, a severe damper on the Jamaica tourist industry, which we know now to be an industry that Jamaica is largely dependent upon, because there are thousands and thousands of Jamaican citizens that work in the hospitality trade, works in the tourism industry on all levels. So they are affected. If no tourists now come in, no money now make, that means that bills can't pay a yard. You understand? JPS are going to cut off people light and all these things because they cannot pay the bills. They cannot feed their families. So they are affected as well. The government of Jamaica in March restricted travel to and from the United Kingdom as the island stepped up measures to prevent and contain the spread of COVID-19. That was in March. The Jamaican government issued restrictions to its citizens to and from the United Kingdom. Now, at the time, the government indicated that the move was part of the prevention and containment strategies that were being employed to deal with this pandemic. Jamaica's first two confirmed, I'm going to say it again, Jamaica's first two confirmed COVID-19 cases originated in the UK. Yesterday, the health minister said Jamaica too will take precautions and make decisions as cases surge. The UK is saying to stay away because, or to be cautious because there is a rampant upsurge of this COVID thing in Jamaica right now, and people do not seem to be following protocols. So therefore, it is a hotbed or somewhere where you can possibly contract this disease, or this infection. So they're giving their citizens a heads up again. The corridors restrict the movement of visitors to the northern and southern ends of the islands, as well as New Kingston. This is what Tufton said. Accommodations have been made for tourists, alluding to the COVID-19 resilient corridors that were established in June when the country reopened its borders to visitors after closing them in March. Now, with that kind of lifting of restriction, whether for tourists or nationals or non-nationals, there comes risks. And a lot of people are saying the country cannot afford to stay locked down for much longer. Things are falling apart financially, so the country had to open up. Now, with the decision to open up, even with precautions in place, he is saying that there are still risks because COVID out there, and COVID is not partial who it jump on. The risks associated with that is that other jurisdictions may look on and feel less confident that positive cases coming out of Jamaica are likely to reach their shores. It's a catch-22 situation. You're either going to shut down and then have none and then minimize that risk, or you're going to gradually open up and increase the possibility at the same time of that risk. At the same time, he said Jamaica has its own concerns about individuals coming out of the UK. However, Jamaica has not issued anything warning or anything specially directed towards the UK. We have put some measures in place, though, he said, and over time things will become aligned as we work together as a world to find better solutions to this whole COVID thing as technology catches up. But for now, the sort of motivation to manage based on what is one of the best interests at the national level is something we can't frown on, because frankly speaking, our perspective is not much different he said. So in other words then, him feel the same way about how their citizens and how they're handling the whole COVID thing and them coming into our island of Jamaica. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. It's SoFlo TV. I'm out. Peace.